When it comes to Jeanette Oaks' Love Comes Softly series, I am about as far from the target audience as you can get. These are films made for the Hallmark Channel, they're made for a slightly faith-based audience, and they're generally made for the women who make up the chick flick genre fans. I am none of these things. So for the most part, the Love Comes Softly films are not a natural fit for me. That being said, if I look at it through the eyes of my target audience, I can appreciate the films and what they do here. The newest movie in the series is called Love Finds a Home, and it stars Sarah Jones, Haley Duff, not Hilary Duff, Haley Duff, Jordan Bridges, and Patty Duke, who I haven't seen act in a role in a very long time. It was a little disconcerting to see her. Watching Love Finds a Home without having seen all of the previous films in the series is not as daunting of a task as it seems. Most of the films are kind of loosely connected. Some of them connect a little bit more strongly than others, but they're made to be picked up with right from the start of each movie. So you can put Love Finds a Home in, and you can watch it, and you can understand exactly what's going on. This latest film deals with pregnancy and mother-in-laws and frontier medicine and, of course, the people looking to a higher power for faith and guidance. Overall, it's a little bit on the cheesy side, a little bit on the melodramatic side, but for what it is, it's an enjoyable movie, and I can kind of see why people like these films. It's not the kind of thing I'm going to go out of my way to watch, nor is it the type of thing that I'm going to watch again, but if you happen to be a fan of this genre, or if you happen to be somebody looking for a nice kind of wholesome chick flick for a night with the girls, then the Love Finds a Home is certainly a worthy entry into that series. Now, there's also the Love Comes Softly DVD collection, which is a massive 8-disc box set that includes all of the titles in the series so far, which includes, if you're not sitting down, you should be, Love Comes Softly, Love's Enduring Promise, Love's Long Journey, Love's Abiding Joy, Love's Unending Legacy, Love's Unfolding Dream, Love Takes Wing, and Love Finds a Home. Sensing a little bit of a theme here, kind of a trend in the titles of these movies. What's interesting about watching this as a series is that it reminds me a little bit of a series of books that my wife likes to read called the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. They're very popular bestsellers. I'm sure some of the people who'll be listening to this review are probably familiar with that series of books. And it's a series of books that kind of travels through time, but it also has a wide kind of far-reaching scope about it, and that's what the Love Comes Softly collection kind of has going for it. Even though the stories themselves are fairly small and they focus on a tight group of characters, when you move from film to film, you kind of go through the legacy of a family. The first film stars Katherine Heigl, who is prominently featured in the cover art of the box set, even though she's only in the one movie. But then the next film takes place with her daughter as the main character, and she runs kind of through the next couple of films as the main character, and then from there, things kind of move on to other characters as they go. So overall, you do get through a kind of a series of characters focusing on Marty first, which is Katherine Heigl's character, then the focus shifts to Missy, which is her daughter, originally played by January Jones and then taken over by Aaron Cottrell. And then eventually Aaron Cottrell's character, Missy, adopts a character named Belinda, who becomes the focus of the last couple of movies, and she's played by Sarah Jones. So pretty much any male member of my audience is not going to have any interest in these films whatsoever. For people looking for kind of a family night at home with some wholesome faith-based movies, these are certainly going to do the trick, but mostly they're going to appeal to the women in the audience. And I'm not trying to sound stereotypical here, but they are the very definition of the chick flick. So if you're into chick flicks, you want something a little bit more moral and a little bit more faith-based in your movie watching, this is a pretty fantastic box set. If you already own all the DVDs, though, it really doesn't add anything to the experience. There are no real extra features to speak of, and there's certainly nothing exclusive to the box set, but you do get all 8 films in one nicely packaged, rather large, chunky box, and it's at a pretty good price compared to buying them all individually. So, ladies, take note, the Love Comes Softly DVD collection is certainly something that might make a nice present this year for the holidays.